Welcome, dear students, in the third lecture of the heat transfer by the radiations. In previous lecture, that heat exchange by the radiation part 2, we have discussed the directional nature of the radiation and the associated terms with that. After that, we have derived the relationship between the MEC power and the intensity of radiations. And lastly, we discuss the heat exchange between the two black surfaces. And we derive the formula for calculations of the heat exchange between the two black surfaces, that is Q122 equals to F122 into sigma into A1 into T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4. Similar way, we can also write it is F221 into sigma A2 in the bracket T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4. This formula is used to calculate the heat exchange between the two black surfaces. In this expression, the term F122 and F221, that term is known as the safe factor. In some literature, it is also called as geometric factors or configuration factors. And in previous lecture, I have mentioned that we will discuss this topic in the next lecture. So today, in this lecture, we are starting with the safe factor. So first of all, what exact definitions of safe factor or the geometric factor is there? So let's we discuss the definitions of safe factor. So safe factor, it is defined as the fractions of radiant energy that is diffused from one surface element and strike to the other surface directly without no intervening the reflection. I'm going to explain you this concept of safe factor with the illustrations. So considering suppose one small elementary area, that dA1, which emits the radiation in all the directions, like I'm describing a diffuse radiation emission from the surface. And suppose I have located the another surfaces over here. This is my surface number 2. And this is my surface 1. Now let's say for the example that 100 watt of energies are emitted from the surface 1, and out of that the energy which is directly striking to the surface 2 without any intervening of reflections, let's say it is a 20 watt of energy that is received by the surface 2, then the safe factor in this case is how much is emitted from one surface, that is 100, and out of that only 20 watt is received by or is strike on the surface 2. That's why as per the definition, the fractions of radiant energy that diffuse from one surface to the another surface directly without any intervening of reflections means in this case the 100 watt is emitted from the surface 1, out of that the 20 watt is directly strike on the surface 2. So our safe factor in this case is becomes a 0.2, or we can say that 20% of energy is directly fall or strike on the surface 2. So this is a very easy definitions of safe factors. So from the definitions, if the fraction is lies from a 0 to 100, it means the value of safe factor is lies in the range of 0 to 1, means 0 less than or equals to the shape factor, let's say is it represented by 1 to 2, is less than or equals to 1. Here the 0 means the none of the energy leaving from the surface is strike to the surface 2, and 1 means the 100% energy which is leaving from the surface is 1 is strike to the surface is 2. Let's taking one example. This is my surface 1 which emits the radiations in all the directions. Now I put one another enclosure surface 2 on the surface is 1 like this. This is my surface 2. So in this case the energy leave from the surface 1 is 100% striking on the surface is 2. So in this case the shape factor is becomes a 1. And now I'm taking another examples. Suppose this is my surface 1. Which emits the radiations, and I am locating the surface 2 over here. So in this case our shape factor is becomes 0, and here it becomes a 1. So now I think there is good understanding of shape factor is developed. After basic discussions and definition of shape factors, we will move towards the properties of shape factors. Students, this topic is asked repeatedly in our university examinations for 7 marks, and sometimes it is asked for 4 marks. Let's we discuss the various property of shape factor. So first, the shape factor is purely the functions of geometric parameter, and it is also known as the geometric factors. It is very easy to understand as we conclude from the definition that it is only the matter of orientations of surfaces, and that's why the shape factor is also known as a geometric factors. So it is very easy to understand the first property. Now second, reciprocity theorems. So as in previous lecture we have derived that A1 F122 equals to A2 F221. This reciprocity theory is very useful in a case where the either of shape factor have value 1. Let I'm taking F122 is 1. Then our expression is becomes A1 equals to A2 into F21. Implies that F21 is easily calculated from the ratio of area of the two surfaces. So this is the second property. It is also very useful for solving the numericals. Then third, flat and convex surfaces shape factor with itself is 0. Let me clear the word itself. In some of these surfaces, let's consider this surface 1. In these surfaces the emission is falling from the surfaces on itself. So some of the fractions of energy which is leaving from the surfaces are incident on the same surfaces, and that's why the shape factor 1 is there. Means some of the fractions of energies leaving the system is also incident on the surfaces. In that type of cases we need to consider the shape factor with the surfaces itself. So for flat surfaces, like suppose this is my flat surfaces, the energy leaving from the surfaces not fall on these surfaces, and that's why this F11 is becomes a 0. like we discussed the another surfaces, that is convex surfaces. So this is convex surfaces. So the emissions happens in all the directions. So the shape factor with itself is 0. So it is very easy to understand. The fourth is related to this surfaces. When your surface is concave surfaces, the shape factor with itself does not equals to 0. So in this case F11 is does not equals to 0, because some of the energies are received from the surface itself, which is leaving from the surfaces. Then fifth is very important, the principle of conservations. For understanding of this principle of conservation, let I'm taking the 5 numbers of different surfaces, 5 surface which makes a one enclosure. Suppose like that, it is a 1, second, 3, this is a 5 surfaces. Let's say is the name 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So energy leaving from the surfaces are going on the fifth one, fourth, 3 and 2. Here I am taking a flat surfaces, and that's why the shape factor with itself is becomes a 0 as per this figure. In other cases this is does not equals to 0. So energy which is leave from the surface is 1. Either it is going on surface itself, or it is going in the surfaces 2, or it is going in surfaces 3, or it is impinging on the surfaces 4 or surfaces 5, which is equals to 1. Means the energy emitted from surface 1, either it is going on 2, 3, 4, 5 or itself, which becomes 100%. So that's why we can write the equation that F11, F12, F13, F14, F15 equals to 1. Similar way we can also write energy leaves from the surfaces 2 is either incident on the 1, or it is on 2, or it is in 3, or it is on the 4th, or it is on the 5th, which is also having a 1. So we can write this kind of the conservations equations for shape factor, like say is a 5.1, then F5.2 up to F5.5, which is equals to 1. So this is called as a principle of conservations. Now last, for two infinite parallel surfaces, shape factor value is unity. Means let's we consider the two parallel surfaces. This is surface 1, this is a surface 2. So here radiation emit from the surfaces 1 is falling on the surfaces 2. That's why we take as F12, which is equals to F21, which is equals to 1. So these are the various property associated with the shape factor. Now we are moving towards the new topic, and that is the heat exchange between two non-black surfaces. In previous lecture we have discussed the heat exchange between two black surfaces, and we can calculate the rate of heat transfer using the formula that F122 A1 sigma T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4, or the another formula is there F221 A2 sigma into T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4. But when we derive this formula, it is for black body, and black body is absorbing the all incidence radiation, because the absorbivity of black surfaces is 1. But in real practices absorbivity does not equals to 1, and that's why we need to derive the heat exchange between the two non-black surfaces. But when we go in depth of the emissivity and absorbivity, we know that the absorbivity alpha and emissivity E is a functions, or it may be vary with respect to the wavelength as well as direction. So this variable nature of alpha and emissivity is there, but for simplifications of our derivation, we assume that alpha equals to alpha lambda, that is a monochromatic absorbivity. We take alpha equals to alpha lambda, which is equals to constant for a gray body. So in our derivation, we assume there is a gray body, as well as for gray body, the emissivity and monochromatic emissivity is a fixed, because it does not depends on the wavelength. Now for simplifications of our derivation, we assume our surfaces is opaque surfaces, and in previous lecture we discussed opaque surfaces means the transmittivity is zero. Incident radiations either absorb or it is reflected back for opaque body. After discussions for the simplifications of our derivations, I write some of the assumption. So we made a first assumption that here for the derivations of heat exchange between the two non-black surfaces, we assume there is two parallel surface, and we know that for the parallel surfaces the shape factor value is unity. Second, the emissivity and the absorbivity we take as a constant. It does not vary with respect to wavelength as well as direction and temperature. Third assumption, that there is a non-absorbing material or a medium is present in between the two surfaces. It means when the energy is emitted from one surfaces is directly reached to the other surfaces, the medium in between the two surfaces does not absorb any fractions of energy which is emitted from either of surfaces. So these are the three main assumptions are there. Now after discussions of this assumption, I plot the situations in which the heat is exchanged between the two non-black surfaces. So as per our assumptions, I am taking the opaque surfaces. So this is my surface number 1, which is a gray and opaque surface. This is a surface number 2. Surface 1, surface 2. The area of surface 1 is A1, respectively the area of surface 2 is A2. E1 is a emissive power of surfaces 1 and E2 is emissive power of surfaces 2. The alpha 1 and alpha 2 are the absorbivity of respected surfaces. E1 and E2 or epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 is the emissivity of respective surfaces, as well as the temperature is T1 and T2 for surfaces 1 and 2. Now here we have assumed the opaque surfaces. So just I want to clear in your mind, whenever you are assuming there is opaque surfaces, means in physical situation, suppose I have the G is incident radiations which falls on opaque surfaces. So it is utilized either in the absorption, means suppose absorbivity is alpha, so alpha times G is absorbed by these surfaces, and rest, that is rho into G, is reflected back, and transmittivity is 0, so there is no transmission of energy is happens from the surfaces, that is opaque surface. And we know that alpha plus rho plus tau equals to 1, and now we know the tau equals to 0, so alpha plus rho equals to 1, so rho equals to 1 minus alpha. So here we can write as 1 minus alpha into G. Means in simple words, G is incident radiations on opaque surfaces. Out of that incident radiations, alpha G is absorbed by the surface, and 1 minus alpha into G is reflected back. So same this concept we utilize over here. Let's say the E1 is emissive power of the surface 1. So first one ray is emitted from surface is 1, which moves toward the surface is 2. So this is the E1, which is incident radiations for the surface 2. Now the absorbivity of the surface 2 is alpha 2. So it absorb the alpha 2 times E1 energy, and it reflect back the energy, that is 1 minus alpha into G. So here 1 minus the absorbivity is alpha 2, so 1 minus alpha 2 times E1 is reflected back. Now again there is absorbivity of the surface 1 is there, so it absorb the alpha 1 times 1 minus alpha 2 into E1, and same way it again reflect back the energy, and that energy is 1 minus alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2 into E1. Now again it absorbs the certain energy, that is alpha 2 into 1 minus alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2 into E1, and it reflect back some energy, that is 1 minus alpha 1 into 1 minus alpha 2 whole to the power 2 into E1. Again it absorbs the certain energy, that is alpha 1 times 1 minus alpha 1 into 1 minus alpha 2 whole to the power 2 into E1, and it reflected back the energy, that is 1 minus alpha 1 to the power 2 1 minus alpha 2 to the power 2 into E1, and here it absorbs the energy, that is alpha 2 1 minus alpha 1 to the power 2 1 minus alpha 2 to the power 2 into E1. Same way this process is going for infinite times. Now on the basis of this phenomena we calculate the amount of energy or the heat is transferred from surface 1 to 2, and that is indicated by Q1. So here the E1 is emitted, and out of that this much amount of energy is absorbed by the surface. Second times this is, so we have to subtract the energy which is absorbed by the surface is 1 when it reflect back from the surface is 2. So first time it is the alpha 1 in the bracket 1 minus alpha 2 into E1, that is first time is absorbed. Second time it's alpha 1 1 minus alpha 1 into 1 minus alpha 2 whole to the power 2 into E1. The next time it becomes alpha 1 1 minus alpha 1 into 1 minus alpha, here it is power 2 alpha 2 to the power 3 into E1 plus it is going on. Now I'm taking the first term common. See, alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2 into e1 is containing in all the terms, so I'm taking common it out. Alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2 into e1 from all the terms, so the remaining term is here, it is 1. Alpha 1 is common it out from this bracket. 1 minus alpha 1 is a remaining term. 1 minus alpha 2 to the power 2, 1 is coming out of the bracket, so another one is remaining, that is 1 minus e2 e1 is there. e1 is common it out, so no need to write that. Second, same way, alpha is common, 1 minus alpha 2 is common, so it becomes 1 minus alpha 1 to the power 2 into 1 minus alpha 2 to the power 2, and e1 is taken as a common it out, so it is going on like this. Now here you can see that on the first term it is 1 minus alpha 1 and 1 minus alpha 2. Similarly, it becomes 1 minus alpha 1 to the power 2, 1 minus alpha 2 to the power 2. So here I am assume, or let take z equals to 1 minus alpha 1 into 1 minus alpha 2. So now our expression is becomes e1 minus alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2 into e1 in the bracket 1 plus, here it becomes a z, then z square, then z cube, up to it is going on. Now I again write the same expression, that q1 equals to e1 minus alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2 into e1 in the bracket 1 plus z square plus z cube plus this. Here you can observe this bracket is the series which is a geometric progressions, means GP is there. So we know that when you have geometric progressions and having an nth term, then summation of nth term is becomes a upon 1 minus r, but r must be less than 1. So let's we check what is the value of z. So z equals to 1 minus alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2. Now we know that the alpha 1 and alpha 2 are the absorbability, and absorbability is less than 1 for non-black surfaces. So the value of 1 minus alpha 1 and 1 minus alpha 2, it becomes less than 1. So finally we conclude that z is less than 1, and that's why we are able to apply this formula of summation of nth term. And here the first term, that is a, which is equals to 1. So the answer of this whole term is becomes Sn equals to 1 upon 1 minus z, according to the concept of geometric progression. So we'll write it down, q1 equals to e1 minus alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2 into e1 in the bracket, it is 1 upon 1 minus z. And we know that the z having a value of 1 minus alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2. So let me put it down. So e1 minus alpha 1 1 minus alpha 2 into e1 in the bracket 1 upon 1 minus, in the bracket 1 minus alpha 1 into 1 minus alpha 2. Now we also know the Kirchhoff's law. Kirchhoff's law states that when the temperature is constant, means thermal equilibrium is there, then alpha equals to the, means absorbability is equals to the emissivity, so that the alpha 1 is equals to the emissivity 1 and alpha 2 is equals to the emissivity 2. So now we put it down, as well as we take the e1 is common from all that. So e1 is taking out common from both the terms, so in the bracket we get 1 minus, this is emissivity 1 1 minus emissivity 2 divided by 1 minus, in the bracket 1 minus emissivity 1 1 minus emissivity 2. Now I am taking LCM. So this term is becomes E1 in the bracket 1 minus in the bracket 1 minus E1 1 minus E2 minus E1 in the bracket 1 minus E2 divided by 1 minus in the bracket 1 minus MECVT1 1 minus MECVT2. Now the value of Q1 is becomes E1 in the bracket 1 minus MECVT1 1 minus MECVT2 minus MECVT1 1 minus MECVT2. The whole is divided by 1 minus in the bracket 1 minus MECVT1 1 minus MECVT2 so here I am going for the simplifications. 1 minus 1 is multiplied with the 1 and minus sign is there, so it becomes minus. 1 is multiplied with the minus E2, it becomes a plus E2. This MECVT1 is multiplied with this 1 and minus is there, so it becomes a plus E1. E1 and E2 and minus there, so it becomes a minus MECVT1 and MECVT2. Here it is MECVT1 is multiplying with the 1, so it becomes minus minus is plus, so we get this. In the denominator sides we get 1 minus 1 is multiplied 1 into this, so it becomes a plus E2. Here it becomes a plus E1 minus E1 E2. Now we remove the sum of the similar terms from numerator side and denominator sides. So this is a minus E1 E2, this is a plus E1 E2. 1 is cancel it out, here it is 1 cancel it out. So our final expression is E1 in the bracket, this E1 is also cancel it out, so finally we get E2 on the numerator sides, and on the denominator sides we get E1 plus E2 minus E1 E2. Similarly, in the same way, we can calculate the heat exchange from the 2 to 1, that is indicated by Q2, which is equals to E2 in the bracket it is E1 divided by E1 plus E2 minus E1 E2. Now this Q1 and Q2 is indicating the heat is transferred from surface 1 to 2 and 2 to 1, but we require the net heat exchange between two surfaces. So Q1 to 2 equals to Q1 minus Q2. So we get the E1 into E2 divided by E1 plus E2 minus E1 E2. Value of Q2 is E2 into MECVT1 upon MECVT1 plus MECVT2 minus E1 E2. Now the denominator is common, so I am taking common denominator, that is MECVT1 MECVT2 minus E1 E2. Here I am get E1 into E2 minus E2 into E1. Now I know the Stefan-Boltzmann's law. So Stefan-Boltzmann's law is EB equals to sigma into T to the power 4. This is for black surfaces, but here in this case we are analyzing the non-black surfaces. So for the non-black surfaces it becomes MECVT into sigma into T to the power 4. So for the E1 it becomes MECVT1 sigma into T1 to the power 4, and for E2 it becomes MECVT2 sigma T2 to the power 4. Now we put it down the value of E1 and E2 over here in these expressions. So our expression is becomes Q122 equals to E1 emissivity2 E2 emissivity1 divided by E1 emissivity1 emissivity2 minus emissivity1 into 2. Now we put it down the value of E, that is becomes E1 sigma T1 to the power 4 into emissivity2 minus emissivity2 sigma T2 to the power 4 into E1 divided by E1 plus E2 plus minus E1 E2. Now E1 E2 is common it out from both the terms, so it becomes E1 E2 emissivity1 into emissivity2 in the bracket T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4 into sigma divided by emissivity1 emissivity2 minus emissivity1 into 2. Now I separate out the terms, that emissivity1 emissivity2 divided by emissivity1 plus emissivity2 minus emissivity1 into 2 into sigma T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4. Now if I am dividing the whole term with E1 emissivity1 and emissivity2, then it becomes 1 divided by 1 upon E2 plus 1 upon E1 minus 1 into sigma into T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4. Or we can write that is a small f12 2 into sigma T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4, and this term f122 is known as interchange factors. Now I want to conclude some things. See, when the surfaces are black, the one factor, that is a safe factor, will comes into the pictures. When the surfaces are not black, then the surface properties is also plays a role for radiation heat exchange between the surfaces, and that's why the interchangeability factor is there. So this is our expression for the heat exchange between two non-black surfaces. Thank you for attending this video lecture 3.